Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? As of this recording right now, it is 4:14 p.m. You know what I'm saying? July 16th, 2025, and I am tired than a motherfucker. I'm tired as shit. You know what I mean? I just came back home from work. You know what I mean? And I am done. I got pizza, you know what I mean, in the oven with some wings. You know, we eat good. Eat good. You know what I mean? We eat good. So I want to talk about this real quick because I feel like, you know, I feel like when you got people who are ungrateful, you know what I mean? They, you know, it's like, man, like ungrateful people are like the most depressing people on the face of the earth. Seriously. You know, Bill Goldberg, as you guys know, had his last match at Saturday night's main event, right, against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, right? It was a decent match. You know, it was a standard the mill match and such, right? And so, of course, you know, he went off the air. You know, it went off the air, and you know, he kind of the one thing that I did not agree with the broadcast of the Saturday night's main event was this was on WWE's part, but it's also on NBC's part. On WWE's part, they should have made the match a little bit more earlier, right? And that's how they should have, you know, done the match so he could do his speech and such, right? But Goldberg goes on Ariel Helwani, right? And he just complains. He complains about, you know, about the match, about the build-up and everything else and such. I'm like, I don't feel bad for this dude. I don't. I don't feel bad for Bill Goldberg. Sorry about that. I don't feel bad for Bill Goldberg. I don't. Because Goldberg is, for some weird reason, Goldberg has always had something against WWE since the WCW purchase. You notice that? You know, but he's a hypocrite because he still signed the contract. You know, in 2003, Goldberg signed the deal to, you know, and WWE gave him a great fucking deal. Now, I mean, they gave Bill Goldberg a great deal, right? And, you know, I think he was doing 11 dates. I think 11 dates a month. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the deal was, but it was a great deal. You know, but just months prior, he was talking shit about WWE. And he said the only reason why he signed that contract was for his kids. So I'm like, dude, you still signed the contract. If that's the case, your ass should have still been in All Japan Pro Wrestling, right? So then, you know, he beats Brock Lesnar, right? And then he leaves. He leaves until 2016. Between that, he was still talking shit. He was still running his fucking mouth about WWE, or WWE did this, that, and blah, 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 right? So then WWE brings him back in 2016, right? Which they treated him even more better than his first run. And what the fuck you think he was doing? Complaining. This thing was complaining. You know, he was bitching and moaning. I mean, shit. You know, he killed Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. He killed his career, right? The match that he had against The Undertaker was fucking horrible and such. And WWE still went above and beyond to please this dude, right? They still went above and beyond, and he still bitched and moaned, right? So he goes, you know, I mean, he was just talking a lot of shit, talking about, he was talking shit about AEW too, but I'm gonna get to the AEW, the thing, the gist of what I think is gonna happen. He was like how, you know, the money didn't come up, and he criticized AEW, but we all know why he didn't go to AEW, right? Because, you know, he felt like AEW was beneath him, right? So in Goldberg's mind, you know, he also stopped them. He also claimed that he stopped Gage, his son, from getting an NIL deal, right? Goldberg in his mind thinks that he's a bigger star than what he think he is, or what people think he is, right? And yes, he was part of the Monday Night Wars, right? But let's keep it a stack. Steve Austin was the main fucking reason why Goldberg's career skyrocketed in the first place. We all know why, right? But Goldberg, to me, is a guy who got more out the business than in the business. And he just comes off bitter, angry, and such. You know, WWE don't respect Goldberg. They really don't. They don't look at Goldberg in the same vein that they looked at Sting or they looked at, any other person, Chris Jericho and such, right? Who else? There's many names. There are many fucking names, right? DDP. People who bust their ass legitimately to get to where the fuck they at, right? But Goldberg in his mind think that he's supposed to be like John Cena and such, and Batista, I'm going on a tour. He also kind of seems to be bothered by the fact that he didn't get the retirement that Sting got, from AEW, right? Oh, well, why didn't go on top, and such. We could have done this at a PLE and such, right? And like I said, Goldberg, and you know what? I guess he kept bitching and begging for a retirement match, and WWE was like, "Fuck, you know what? Let's just give it to him so he can shut the fuck up," right? So, he got his. He's like, "Oh, I'm a WCW guy." Like, get the fuck out of here. Goldberg. I don't feel bad for Goldberg. He signed the contract. He took the deal, and bam, look at the career he had. He had a great career. He had an undefeated streak in both companies, and you're complaining? Get the fuck out of here. His contract expires in 2 weeks. I think he's going to go to AEW and get the proper send-off that he thinks he deserves because he's Bill Goldberg, right? And listen, if he wants to go and fuck everything up for AEW, by all means, let him go. Let him win the world championship. And then let him retire on top. Because I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Bill Goldberg, I think, is going to go to AEW. Let him go. Let him fucking go. Let him go. Goldberg is not needed in 2025. I'm sorry. Especially with the kind of wrestler that he is and such, this motherfucker's not needed. Bill Goldberg is not needed. He's 58 years old. Like, come on, man. He's in great shape. You know what I mean? It's not like a Sting situation where Sting is special. People respected the fuck out of Sting. People don't respect Goldberg. They don't. He doesn't do business the right way and shit like that. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. But fuck Bill Goldberg. I'm done. You know what I mean? I might come with another video tonight. I don't know if I'm going to do so, but we shall see. But I'm going to holler at y'all. All right? Peace.